Hello, this is Mr. Waterman, and this is Lesson 9.2, Properties of Matrices, Part 2. Now we're going to work with extra example 2 here, over on the right side of the screen. So, next skill that we want to work with is called adding and subtracting matrices. Way this works is that you are going to add, so we're looking at Part A here, we're going to add corresponding entries between these two matrices together and put the answer in the corresponding position in a results matrix that will also be 2 by 2. First of all, you can only add or subtract matrices that have exactly the same dimensions. So for this first one, we are adding a 2 by 2, 2 row by 2 column matrix to another 2 by 2, and our resultant matrix is also going to be 2 by 2. So I have this set up down here next to the letter A, and we're going to now take the upper left entry of each matrix and add them together. So we're going to add 7 plus a negative 8, and we're going to put the result in the upper left of the results matrix. I think it's called resultant matrix. All right, next we're going to go upper right. We're going to also do the upper right entry of the second matrix. So we're going to be adding together 2 plus 1, and we're going to put the results in the upper right entry here. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so we keep going. Let's go ahead and do next entry. Need another color in there. All right, blue. So we're going to go lower left, lower left. So we're going to take negative 5, add 4 to that. We're going to end up with a negative 1, and we're going to put that result in the lower left entry of our resultant matrix. And finally, beautiful pink, we are going to go lower right entry, last matrix, first and the last. So I'm going to add 9 plus 0. I'm going to get 9, and I'm going to put that here. All right? So subtraction works pretty much the same. You're going to go entry by entry, and since they're asking you to subtract rather than subtracting, what I like to do is change the sign of everything in the second matrix. So I'm going to add the opposite. So I change from subtraction of the entire matrix to addition, but I'm going to go change every sign of every number in the matrix. Seems like a lot of work, but it really goes quite quickly. What this does is it helps you prevent errors. Now that I've done that, I'm going to add the entries just as before. So I'll get you started. So going across the top row, I always go across a row, left to right, just like I read, and then I go down to the lower left and across the next row, the bottom row. So let's go ahead and add. I'm going to add 2 upper left plus negative 12. I'm going to put negative 10 in the matrix. Really wish it'd stop doing that. Negative 10. By the way, our result is also going to be a 2 by 3 matrix, 2 rows by 3 columns, just like these original matrices. So, okay, in the middle row, we're going to add the 3 and the 2. We're going to get 5. I'm going to add the 5 and the negative 1 over on the upper right, and I'm going to get 4, that result. And then for question 1, I would like you to complete adding the next 3 entries. So I'd like you to fill in this bottom row with the 3 results you would get from adding the 6 and the negative 7. And then the 2 middle numbers, the negative 1 and the negative 3, and then the 8 and the 4. That's question 1. Okay, so 3 different numbers should go into your response. Moving on. So we have one more kind of difficult skill to tackle. and that is called multiplying matrices. All right. Same kind of concept applies. First thing we have to do, however, is we have to determine that we can multiply the two matrices together. So I have to find the number of rows by columns of the original. All right. And I have to find the rows and columns of the second matrix that I'm going to multiply. And if they're the same, then my results will be the same. If they're different, we need to go through that process. So since these are both 2 by 2 matrices, our resultant matrix will also be the same size, 2 by 2. And the way it works is we are going to do quite a bit of multiplying. So we're going to start out, and again we're going to start upper left, excuse me. And I'm going to go across this top row, and I'm going to go down the left column in the second matrix. So multiplying is a little different. We're going to actually do two different multiplications. So first I'm going to take the product of 2 and 3. So I do 2 times 3. That's written down. And then I'm going to take the product of -5 and 0. So I've gone across the row of the left matrix, down the left column of the right matrix. So then I take -5 plus 0 and I add those together. I'm going to simplify those completely. So I'm going to do 2 plus 3 times -5 times 0, and I should end up with a 6 for my final result. Next, I'm going to get the upper right entry in my result matrix, I'm going to go across the top row down the right column. So first I'm going to multiply 3 times -1. I put that into the result matrix, and I'm going to add to that -5 times 6. Put that over here. And then I simplify those two, so I take -1 times 3 plus -5 times 6. I sum that up and I get -33. I write that over here in my final resultant matrix. So I'm doing these multiplications and additions, and then ultimately putting our single number answers in each of the 4 positions of our 2 by 2 result matrix. Next, now we're going to move to the bottom row. We're going to go across the bottom row of the left matrix, and then I'm going to go down the left column again. So now I'm going to multiply 1 times 2. I'll write that here. And then we're going to go, oops, running out of colors, wow. Across the bottom row and down the right column. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 6. Whoops. Wah wah. Just got lost. So back up. Backing up. Let's try this again. I did not finish this entry, so what I need to do is continue going across the bottom row. So I'm going to multiply the 4 and go down, continue going down here, and I'm going to multiply the 4 times 0. That's where this entry comes from. Okay, sorry about the little goof up. So moving on, we've got one more number to find. So I'm now going to go across the bottom row, right columns, and do 2 multiplications. So first one, I'm going to multiply the 1 times the -1. I write that here. And then I multiply the 4 times the 6. Freaky. 4 times 6. And then the next step is to just total these all up. And that's it. That's the end of video B.